Yeah, so the reason I started programming is I want to build a video game. So I'll be a game programmer because why not, right? But I think the
Yeah.
aha moment for me was that when I was in college, I built Android app for myself and I just put on top Play Store. And a few months later, I see it's early days of Play Store. So I see tens of thousands of people downloading it. And I'm like, oh my God, one student can have this big impact. So I think that's why I'm excited with technology. And that's probably the reason why I joined Google as well, because Google, as you know, changes how billions of people access information, right? Now, on the leadership, I think soon after I started my career, I realized I care a lot about different things. I care about coding, but I also care about product. I care about sales. I care about marketing, and I feel like I'm more effective and more happy in the leadership because I can influence more into those things. Now, leadership can be management or non-management, so I kind of explore both. At board, as a manager at one point, I became a IC later. When I joined Sardine, I wasn't sure if I want to be manager or not, so I joined as an IC. But then as company grow, I became a CTO, and I think I'm now happy because I can influence many different things, and I can kind of decide what my scope is. I think earlier in my career, I wanted to grow first and I wanted to, promote faster. But looking back my career, I did many different things. I go to big company, small company. I did mobile, front end, and again, I feel like that make me more rounded and it shapes who I am today. So I feel like I want to say that don't focus on the immediate growth. You just focus on the higher impact and what make you happy. And then, career is very long. So you kind of have to learn and that shape you, who you are. So that's, I guess, one advice. Another advice would be invest in the people because, again, you have very long career. You probably work with your colleague 10 years future. And I still have a friend from both days where, I can exchange information. I can truly trust and believe. I think investing in those people is really important. Yeah, so as a recap, Sardine is a risk platform. We do fraud prevention and compliance for banks and fintechs, right? And then we are a data machine learning company. So we do the data collection and the data processing. On the data collection side, we have proprietary technology on device intelligence. That is, what is the device? Is it VPN? Is it a rooted? Is it a fake device? Is it a bot, etc.? And on the behavior, we check how you type, how you swipe, how you hold your phone, how you navigate, and so on and so forth. And those information give you the very high precision data that you can predict for fraud. And the other thing is once you capture many data, and as you can imagine, banking have tons of data, you have to use it. So we also build a platform that can process thousands of signals in real time and predict riskiness of the user or transaction. So those are the problems we are solving today. Yeah, we often joke one product of Sardine can be some company because we do so many different things across different industry, different companies. Our idea from day one is we wanted to build a platform because what we have seen in the past, by the way, our founder is also from the operational side. They are from Revelo, PayPal, and Uber. And what we have seen in the past is there's an information silo because fraud team and compliance team use different tooling, or maybe KYC team and onboarding team have different tooling. So we wanted to organize information in one place, and we want to build a platform that is flexible so that you can customize for your use case. If you have compliance officer, you have a certain operation. You have a fraud team, have a different operation. So we build platforms such that it's easy to customizable and very flexible. We often say it's one API because we have one API that's very flexible and can be used for many different use cases. And again, the same dashboard, but that can be customizable to the different use cases. So we do AI in everywhere, right? So when you attempt transaction, we check a lot of different things. For instance, is your name real name, or someone typing some random name, or is just transaction anomalous, or is this IP address, or is this access VPN? All of those are done by individual model. So we have model that compute each feature, and on top of that, we have top level model that predict how risky you are. Right, and those are all traditional machine learning models because it has to happen in a few minutes, 100 milliseconds. And then after transaction happens, we have another more like a Gen AI component that can help you review transactions. Especially on the compliance front, those reviews are taking a lot of time. Fun fact here is compliance officer is one of the first growing jobs in the US. because we have so many fintech, so many banking. Now you have to still review it because the compliance regulation says you have to review it. But there are a lot of people, spending kind of repetitive tasks doing over and over. And we think using AI, we can make it more efficient. So for instance, we have this sanction agent that when you hit sanction check, you have to review, is this the same person? Is this the actual individual that's being sanctioned? A lot of repetitive tasks. Our AI agent can summarize information, provide some guidance. It can do some actions like doing OCR, and it can make compliance officer much, much more efficient. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, and I actually wrote a blog about that as well. The question is, when GenAI can solve lead code question in 1 second, what's the point of asking that question, right? So we kind of reshaped the question. Today, we allow candidates to bring their own laptop, AI tool. In fact, we ask candidates to bring their own setup. So your computer, your IDE, your favorite AI agent. And we start from simple setup, let's say some simple API server, and ask them, extend this API, adding this parameter, and we see how they use AI. Using AI is guaranteed, right? Today, how can you work without using AI? But by using AI, like how do you make it more efficient, and how do you communicate, how do you define specs? So we try to be mimicking the real world environment and see how you interact with AI. Yeah, I think that it's often kind of correlating, like those engineers who care about latest technology also knows thing about AI. So you can kind of see how this person up to date is a trend as well. At Sardine, we do a iterative launch. We ship every week. So I think we build a small prototype and iterate and find. I guess with AI, you can also iterate very fast. So you iterate and see what is the problem. Truly high-performing engineering team trust each other. They can move fast and they can own things end to end. I don't think it changed much, to be honest. If anything, AI make people more efficient and more full stack. So you can ask different type of tasks, but I think the core principle and core work of engineering doesn't change much. Yeah, so Sardine was growing very rapidly, and we soon realized there isn't enough talent pool we can hire in the US. So we wanted to expand to the Latin America because of time zone and because of the good talent there. And somebody recommended Revelo as a trusted Latin American expert. So that's why we work with US. So one thing I realized soon after is that LatAm already have a big presence in fintech and crypto industry. So there are people who have done, from like Nubank and others who already experience building fintech. So they are domain expert and they are high quality engineers as well. Well, so what we did is we embed engineers from those regions into existing teams. We didn't create a separate team. So, it's part of our team. And overall, we are more efficient. So I can't point to one example, but overall, we are more efficient. Revelo people knows local market very well. So I recommend them to spending time with Revelo staff to understand their region and talent. And even LatAm is very broad, so maybe Brazil and Argentina have a different characteristics. And being a technical leader, knowing those nuances is very important. So recommend spending time with your Revelo counterpart to understand those nuances. Trust and autonomy. So again, you have to make sure you hire intrinsically motivated individual who can be working on its own. Trust those people and give autonomy. Now with AI, it's so easy to get started. So just get started, build whatever you want, and you're gonna learn from there.